welcome back to me. It's been a while. I'm sorry, but it's been hell. If you guys can see under my eyes, I got black marks under my eyes, you know, from a lot of stress, lost a lot of sleep, and man, it's been a stressful time. So 3 months, basically 3 months and 12 days later, here I am. So last man standing. Let's talk about that. Booyah. We're now in a beautiful park area over here. I forgot the name of this place. It's over here by Euro Village. I don't know, might be Euro Park or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, I just need to get some stuff off my mind, you know. I mean, I've been really stressed out for the last few months. It's been a living hell. But we're gonna talk about it. Because it's about time. I've been pissed at a lot of people, but you know, like I said, it's about time. It's been 3 months and 12 days so far since it all happened, and it's about time for me to well, actually no, it's been 12 days since it all happened, but 3 months prior to the 12 days it was a living hell. So let's just say 12 days after the 3 months of living hell I went through, let's talk about it a little bit. I'm not going to explain everything because I don't want to put too much time into it, because you know, it is what it is, and I'm not going to bitch and moan about it too much, because it's time to move on. So like I said, let's talk about it. I got my hat on. Let's find a nice little spot we can actually chill for a little bit and chit chat. So basically 3 months, and well, I think the last time I put out a video was about almost 4 months ago, before it all happened. I mean, yeah, I remember. Yeah, wow, it's been almost 4 months since I put up my last video. But I've been going through 3 months of hell, pretty much, all up until now. Everything is much better. You know, I mean, I'm back home, and it's been like, what do you call, a mental detox now of what I'm actually doing in terms of trying to forget. No, not really. I will never forget it. So pretty much just trying to get over what happened 3 months ago. You know what I mean? I've kind of like distanced myself from a lot of my local friends and stuff like that. I'm also kind of just going ahead and I'm preparing, you know, for the future. But before I get to the future, let's talk about what happened 3 months ago. So 3 months ago, I needed to get my visa renewed, you know, and it was one of the situations I got caught up with everyone. I thought I wasn't going to get touched with the visa situation, but I did. I did get touched with it because well, I thought it was going to be a simple 1, 2, 3 step and I'm done with my visa situation. Not the fact that I wasn't going to get touched, is the fact that I thought I was going to it's just going to be, hey, you know, I need to get my visa renewed, and that's it, right? But needless to say, well, it turned out to be a fucking adventure. I'm serious about that shit. It turned out to be an adventure. What basically happened was I was put against a race against time. And time was running neck and neck with me consistently. So what happened was I had to go up to Hanoi in order to get paperwork notarized. But before I get there, my situation was, okay, I need to get my visa notarized. I mean, not visa. I needed to get my visa renewed. And what happened was, is basically, sorry about that. What happened basically was my visa agent said, hey, we're gonna need to get more information when it comes to getting your visa renewed. I'm like, okay, what information? It's simple. Hey, I just need to get another 6-month border stamp. You know what I mean? Well, they said, well, now Vietnam is requiring that you have a signature from your estranged soon-to-be ex-wife. When I say estranged because I am going through a divorce. I don't think most of you guys knew that from watching me. Well, I think when you guys see me, I've seen me date and go out with different females, stuff like that. You know, been in relationships and all that good stuff. But I am going through a divorce. You know what I mean? I haven't seen my soon-to-be ex-wife in almost 2 years. You know, in almost 2 years. But she lives. I know where she lives. She lives in Hanoi in the Fantit area. So basically, I will need to go there. But I didn't know I needed to go there until all this came about, right? I thought everything was going to be a 1, 2, 3, and it didn't happen like that. So basically, overall, what happened was, you know, in the past, it was easy for me to just go to the border, you know, I mean, go to Lao Bao or go to once the borders closed, it was easy for me just to go to a visa agent and get my visa renewed, you know, I mean, without any intervention from my estranged ex-wife. And that was it. I just paid what I needed to pay, and that's it. You know what I mean? Done, right? Well, needless to say, that's not how it was. What happened was, now they're saying, hey, you do need her signature. But the only way around that is I have to go up to Hanoi and get some paperwork notarized, you know, for my visa agent, you know, because I was trying to get some other stuff done. So my visa agent said, hey, I need to get those paperwork notarized, and the embassy in Hanoi, I mean in Saigon, is closed. So now you need to go up to Hanoi to get some paperwork notarized at the U.S. Embassy. So I'm like, okay, sure, fine, no problem. You know what I mean? I need to have like signature proof of all kinds of stuff now in order to get my visa renewed. So I said, fuck it. I bought my plane ticket. Hopped in the next plane. I say, you know what? Since I've never been to Hanoi, I'm gonna spend some time. I'm gonna spend at least maybe 3 to 5 days up in Hanoi, right? So yes, I bought my ticket and headed up to Hanoi. First time going to Hanoi, going up north. Well, got there because at that point in time, Danang was kind of slowly locking down. So basically, I was kind of like, yeah, fine. You know, I mean, going up to Hanoi would be great because I went up to Hanoi. And nothing was locked down. It was, you know, I mean, there was kind of like a soft lockdown, but it wasn't like lockdown. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that being said, I finally get up there now, and once I get up there, I'm enjoying life. I'm like, yes, you know, all my friends back here in Danang, they cannot go to the restaurants, but I can. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, I'm enjoying my life, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm just waiting for my appointment at the embassy so I could go get my paperwork notarized, and that's it. Well, that day came, you know, it all took about a week altogether. So that day came, finally get to Hanoi, got settled in, got myself a hotel, all that good stuff, which was fairly reasonable, you know, and that's it. Had my appointment at the embassy, you know what I mean, and got my paperwork notarized. I paid I think I paid about $100, somewhere around there, or 50. I think no, 500, either 5 to a million VND. Get my paperwork notarized. I mean, it's a stack of paperwork I needed to get notarized for my visa agent, and that was it, right? And I said, well, you know, it's time for me to go back to Danang, and I had like 2 days left before going back to Danang. And there was a day, the day before, well, I should say 3 days prior to me planning my trip back to Danang, we got word that there is a plane came in Hanoi. The news was there's a plane that came in from Danang with COVID passengers on it. So, okay, they got a little panicky. The word starting to spread that Danang is becoming infected with COVID, and it could be another Saigon. So they didn't want any of that situation in Hanoi. So now they enforced what they call a minimal lockdown. And my friend who lives in Hanoi said to me, hey, don't let people know you're from Danang, right? So I'm like, okay. And he was like, and we was actually supposed to go hang out that day too. He was like, hey man, but just to be honest, I'll have to skip our meeting. That's what he said. I'll skip our meeting because I don't want people to know my office, I was hanging out with someone from Danang. I was like, okay. And you know, just in case, I'm like, well, I got here before the plane got here. I got here like a whole 4 days before the plane even get here. He was like, yeah, I know, but you know, I just don't want to, you know, take the chance. So I said, okay, hey, no big deal. You know, I mean, I'll check you out later. No problem. You know what I mean? I mean, we're still friends. It's no big deal. Whatever. You know. But anyway, so that being said, Hanoi now went into what you call a soft lockdown, just like Danang was, where it's just order only. You could just go, no sitting in the restaurants. But at least I had a few days. I had like at least close to a week of going to the restaurants, hanging out, chilling, eating some good food and all that stuff. So I kind of enjoyed that. You know what I mean? Because in Danang, at the point in time before I left, you couldn't do that. Got to Hanoi, yes, you can. But then, like I said, Hanoi kind of did the same thing. All you could do is just order, and that's a takeout only, right? Well, now that being said, 3 days passed since that plane landed in Hanoi. Well, what happened was Directive 16 strict lockdown. Wow. So now we got strict lockdown. Now nobody can leave the city, period. No buses, no trains, planes, or automobiles can leave the freaking city at all. So now here I am stuck in Hanoi. I'm like, okay, so can I still fly back? Because I already have a ticket. Can I still fly back? No. So now I had two tickets canceled. I had to cancel 2 freaking flights. I already paid for them too. So I lost, I think between 2 tickets, I lost about 700,000 VND. Yep, that's about 700,000 VND between 2 tickets. In terms of going to Hanoi, and in terms of coming back from Hanoi. Because when I was going to go to Hanoi, I had to cancel flight plans because I had to go to a meeting with my visa agent so I could know exactly what paperwork I need to take and all that stuff with me to get notarized, because it was specific, and the people that she was dealing with, it was like, yeah, we need to talk to him so he could make sure he gets all this stuff taken care of. I'm like, okay, fine. So cancel that flight. But anyway, so back to Hanoi now. So now we're in Directive 16, right? Strict lockdown. Can't leave. I mean, you can leave our hotels and go to the store, or the surrounding areas, stuff like that. Now we have barricades. Well, I should say, in terms of Hanoi had barricades, but it wasn't like in Danang, where Danang was like a police state, right? Danang had section off literally every single corner of the goddamn city, blockade everything. You couldn't even leave your freaking house or nothing like that. Whereas Hanoi was more lenient. Hanoi was like, okay, we're gonna set up a few barricades. Just don't go here and go there. Just don't go too far, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So we were still able to actually get out, go walking around, go get some leg exercise, go to the stores, go to the grocery market, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? The big markets were closed. You could go to Big C, you could go to Lotte Mart, you could go to Vidmart, in terms of Hanoi. Right? So at least in Hanoi, we could still go out and go do things. Right? Whereas in Danang, you were screwed. Literally screwed. I mean, literally. I mean, now everything is kind of slowly getting back to normal. But in terms of, like I said, Hanoi, we were much better off down there. Anyway, so that being said, after the first 2 weeks, I was like, okay, the strict lockdown is gonna last 2 weeks. Then I could probably fly back to Danang without any problem. Well, nope, didn't happen. Rolling lockdown. So we went into a second freaking lockdown. Second lockdown means, so now the hotel manager said to me, well, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and give you a discount on your hotel fees because you're stuck here and you can't leave. So we're gonna give you a discount. So I got a discount on my hotel fees, which was cool. So now, but anyway, in terms of the hotel, we couldn't eat at the hotel. We have to buy our food, and we could cook it at the hotel, or we could eat in our bedrooms. okay, kind of thing. So that's how basically the hotel was being operated. I'm actually walking around in the sun, because I'm kind of like hot sweating. It's no big deal, fuck it. But like I was saying, so here we are. Here I am in Hanoi, stuck, right? And man, the days as the days go by, I'm calling, I'm seeing what I can do in order to leave the city. The first 2 weeks I was kind of okay with. I was like, okay, so maybe once everything opens up after the first 2 weeks, I can go home, I could go back to Danang, no problem, right? But like I said, that didn't happen. So what happened was basically, we went into a rolling lockdown, into a second 2 weeks lockdown. So that makes it almost a month. So this is when my pressure starts to freaking grow. I'm like, okay, I started to get a little bit more stress. I was already stressed from having to deal with this whole visa situation, but now I'm really getting more stressed because now I'm locked down. I'm away from home, okay, and I got rent to pay, I got bills to pay, I got things to do, and I'm fucking in Hanoi, right? And I know nobody in Hanoi except for my friend who lives someplace else in Hanoi. So the only people I knew was myself, and I. And the hotel manager was really nice to me, Miss Tao. Miss Tao Huang. She was really nice. We actually now Facebook friends. She tried to help me out a lot, get things done and stuff like that. So she really helped me out a lot. So I made a couple of friends. I finally ended up making friends with all the other people that got stuck there at the hotel, the same as like I was. Hell, even had a few drinking buddies after a while. But basically, in terms of being locked down, here I am locked down. So now Miss Tao and everyone back in Danang that I kind of knew who was trying to help me out, get everything done in terms of my visa agent was like, okay, well, go talk to the local authorities. I went to talk to the local authorities. They said, hey, we can't help you. Go talk to the embassy. Go talk to the embassy. Embassy says, hey, we can't help you. It's not an emergency. You just need to wait and follow the authorities, follow the local law, pretty much, of Vietnam, and wait to see if things open up, and then you can go home. I was like, okay. So now, as time goes by, boom, lockdown over, right? Hell fucking no. Went into a third rolling lockdown. Another 2 more weeks. So now this is a month and a half. I'm really starting to get pissed. I'm like, oh shit, now I'm paying more money for this hotel, buying more food. I'm thinking I can't get anything done. I'm spending money, I'm paying money to my visa agent. I'm paying money for bills in Danang. I'm paying money for bills in Hanoi. What else am I doing? I'm taking care of friends in need, okay, financially. And you know what? As being an expat here in Vietnam, if you have a little bit extra means, there's going to be a few friends that are going to be helping out anyway, right? So that's, yeah, I took care of a few friends, you know, who needed some extra help financially, yada yada yada, you know. Beyond that now, so here I am, stuck. It's almost a month. It's a month and a half. Well, it was a month and a half now. I'm sitting at my hotel, losing my mind, trying to get shit done. Matter of fact, before even going to freaking Hanoi, I went through a breakup with my ex-girlfriend of almost 2 years. Okay, and I was dealing with her calling me, and we was trying to figure out where our life is going to be, where it's going to go, you know, yada yada yada, all that stuff. So now I got ex-girlfriend problems, I got visa problems, and I got I got 99 fucking problems, right? Got 99 problems, and a B isn't one of them, but I had that too. But anyway, so like I'm saying, so now I got 99 problems to deal with. I got visa problems, ex-girlfriend problems. I'm dealing with stuff financially. You know, I'm losing sleep, and I started drinking a little bit, man. I started, you know, I'll go to the store. I wouldn't lie about this shit, you know what I mean? Oh, and to top it off, before I even get to the drinking part, I'm dealing with freaking my friends leaving. Yeah, I had a lot of friends who basically decided to leave, man, you know. And when I say a lot of friends, I didn't have a lot of expat friends. I had maybe about 10 or 12 expat friends I really knew and hung out with here in Da Nang. And basically they're all gone, you know. it's like I start getting phone calls and I start talking to them. It's like, yeah, man, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? So I was just like basically saying, while I was sitting in my hotel, I'm basically saying goodbye to friends who were leaving. You know what I mean? You know, from my hotel in Hanoi. And that's why I said I'm the last man standing, because out of all of the expat friends I really knew and hung out with, I'm the last one here. I am the last one here. Yes, I do know a couple of other expats, but I don't really hang out with them. I don't really know them socially. You know, so I mean, socially hanging out is the same thing, but I don't know them socially. And we may chit chat every once in a while on Facebook or something like that, but we don't really get out there and do anything. You know what I mean? So they're just associates. But my real true expat friends I hung out with, had fun with, broke bread with, you know, had a few beers with, they're all gone. They're all gone. You know, so I hopefully to see you guys again one day, and that's it. But who I really want to thank is the people. While I was stuck in Hanoi, is all the people all the friends, I should say so, some of the friends I made from my YouTube channel. You guys helped me a lot, and I have to say thank you, because of you guys, man. Calling me, texting me. You know, number one person on that list is Big D. You know, who lives in Baltimore. Is in Baltimore or Frisco? I don't know. It's either San Francisco or Baltimore, I think. But word ain't no peace, and much thanks to Derek for keeping me afloat, man. And a few other people like Rodney. You know, Rodney called me. Kevin and Jackie text me. Who else? So many people that text me and call me while I was stranded in Hanoi. And these are friends and people I made from, you know, from my YouTube channel. You know, also, yeah, Jason, he hit me up. Gary, Jay, Mish. Man, I could go on, you know what I mean? But like I said, you know, thanks to all these people who hit me up to keep me afloat, say, hey, man, things are going to be okay. You know, you want to be back home soon. So I have to say thank you to all you guys for calling me, texting me, to keep my brain, you know, in check, because I was losing it, man. I was living, my hotel room was pretty freaking small. Like literally a bed and a bathroom. That's what it was. A bed and a bathroom. You know, it was a little bit bigger than a jail cell, you know. But basically what I was saying is it was draining, man. It was mentally draining, stressful, and all that stuff. Just sitting around waiting. My visa agent was trying to help me, you know, figure out things, and she was kind of getting stuck a couple of times. I had friends back in Danang was trying to figure out how to help me get back to Danang. And then when they keep getting no's, I got the notice like, oh, man, we wasn't able to get through with this. So basically, now here we are again. I'm like, oh shit. And every time I went to the authorities in Hanoi, they couldn't help me. So they keep telling me, go to the embassy. Every time I went to the embassy, basically what they keep telling me, oh, we can't help you. You know what I mean? So I had all this, and plus, dude, I gained some weight. Hey, you know, me like everyone else that have been in this lockdown, I've gained weight. You know what I mean? I haven't been to the gym in almost 6 months. You know, I feel when you feel the fat, you know you gain some weight. Okay, so I've gained some weight. But you know what? I'm gonna lose it again, no problem. But the drinking part is what got me. You know what I mean? Because once I hit that month and a half, that's when the drinking started. You know, knowing that my friends were leaving. Now I'm actually going to the store and buying me. If anybody ever drank Strongbow before here in Vietnam, you know what I'm talking about. And it's not really a really, you know, a strong drink, but it was strong enough to give me a headache and put me to sleep. Because I'm not really a drinker, but if the stress is hitting me to that point where I'm actually going to go and buy some beer. Buy some, you know, pretty much some wine. I think Strongbow is wine. Is they a wine or beer? I'm not sure. And someone in the audience can tell me what it is, right? But here I am. You know, here I am drinking, you know, a 6-pack of Strongbow every other night just to go to bed, man. And that shit was getting to me. I started talking to myself in my room. I ain't gonna lie. So I talking to myself in my room. I'm saying to myself, you know, I think I'm starting my gateway drug here. I'm literally telling myself that. I was like, this is a gateway drug to me being an alcoholic. And I'm like, hopefully I don't turn out to be alcoholic. I don't want to be an alcoholic, right? But anyway, so here I am, drinking, thinking, processing, doing more thinking and more processing, right? And you know what I came up with? What I came up with was this. This all happened for a reason. Because for a long time, I was here in Vietnam, here in Danang, enjoying my life. You know, I'm financially set. I could be more financially set, and I'm trying to get more financially set. You know, only a few people out there already know that. I am working on getting more financially set, but I'm financially set. But I lost a little bit of some. I got too comfortable. You know, what happened was I was just hanging out. I became one of those expats that hung out. I wasn't doing like the expat thing, going to the bars and all that stuff over here. You know, like the typical, you know, I call them the loser expats that go to the beer to pick up girls and all that shit, and they end up marrying some bar girl at the end at the end of, like, you know, maybe, I don't know, whatever. But you know what I'm trying to say. I found myself kind of relaxed for the fact that I wasn't thinking outside of what else can I do, because I'm still young enough to do a lot of things, right? A lot of things. Like, I have another 30 years of life to live and enjoy. And here I am in Vietnam. Yeah, I'm enjoying life. I came and I enjoyed the local lifestyle. Got caught up in, you know, in some after my ex-wife left. I got caught up in a number of relationships, and it helped me really understand Vietnam a lot more, you know, in terms of those relationships, the people I met, and all these different things, right? But something told me that there's more, but I didn't know what more was. I thought more meant, okay, get married, you know, okay, finally divorced my ex-wife, meet another Vietnamese woman, you know, and get married and just live my life here. But I forgot something. What I left back in America was the tiger, the wolf, the predator, the zeal of accomplishment and ownership of life, and creating a fulfilling life of success and happiness. I want to say success, not meaning money, but a fulfilling life where you can enjoy it and look back on it 20, 30 years from now and say, man, I've lived a great life. And Vietnam started slowly taking away that from me, you know? And I'll have to be honest, that 3 months, because again, end of the third rolling lockdown, right? We went into a fourth lockdown. So that was 2 months. 2 months. Full 2 months now. I'm in freaking Hanoi. A full 2 months. So I was in Hanoi altogether for 2 months and a week. 2 months and a week in Hanoi. 2 months and a week. You know? 2 months and a freaking week of lockdowns in Hanoi. And in all that time, I was so stressed out. I was losing it. But I'm glad it all happened, because it put that predator back into me. It put that zeal to live and travel and do different things back into me. And what I came up with is that I said, I'm done. I said, I love Vietnam. And I've lived a great 3 years, going on almost, because I've lived a great 3 years so far here in Vietnam. I've been many places. I've done many things. I've gotten into the local community and done charities. I've done this, done that. I've helped. I've been there, done that. But it's time to go. And that's when it hit me. It almost like it was clairvoyance of everything that was supposed to happen and come about. And that is, like I said, I found out it was time to go. And as soon as that clairvoyance came into mind, as soon as that thought came into mind. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm putting things to pass. I'm putting all the relationships. I'm putting all that stuff out to pasture, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. I said, because at the end of the day, as much as I love Vietnam, I will never have ownership here. I'll never accomplish anything here other than getting married to a Vietnamese woman. I'll never accomplish owning my own property. I'll never accomplish owning a house, a car. I mean, I can own all those things, but I'm not owning it because I'm buying it through someone else. I cannot own property without having a wife. You know, and if I rent an apartment, well, if I rent a condo, I have a 50-year lease, which I don't own it anyway. I just have a 50-year lease. So I'm like, nope. If I buy a car, I have to at least be, you know, either have work for a company that will sponsor me in terms of buying that car, or either, again, be married or have a girlfriend that's going to help me buy that car. I may have the money, but she has the name and title on the car, right? So I'm like, you know, I'm not getting anything here from Vietnam other than great coffee, a relaxing lifestyle. But at the end of the day, I have nothing, own nothing, and I'm not going to be anything other than just myself. I said, you know, I gotta go. And that's when everything just opened up. I got a phone call the next day from my visa agent. She said, hey, I got a way back for you to Danang. Pack your bags, you're leaving tomorrow. I'm like, holy shit. When everything came, when I got that clarity and that clairvoyance in my mind of what life I should be looking at in terms of the future, that's when everything started happening. And things started opening up again in my mind. And to really be honest, you know what happened? To further solidify and make me feel a lot more right about what I was doing, I spent 14 hours driving back because my visa agent got me a ride back to Danang, which cost me 600 USD for a ride back to Danang. 600 USD for that ride back to Danang. So I got back to Danang. I mean, my hotel alone for almost a month, for 2 months and 2 months a week, cost me, I should say, I was spending like 3 million, 3.5 million, almost. I was spending 4 million a week for my hotel. So 4 million a week times, that's 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 9 weeks and a half, somewhere around there. So 9 weeks and a half times 4 million. Then do all the food I bought while I was in Hanoi, which I was spending maybe a week, maybe $1 million a week buying food in Hanoi. Okay, so add that in. Okay, plus the little bit of money I spent on my extracurricular activities. When I say extracurricular activities, meaning that friends I was helping out here and there, you know what I mean, and which that was in a ballpark of like 20 million. Actually, no, 30 million. Yes, it was 30 million. I actually gave a friend 30 million VND to help them out. I gave another friend 10, 11, 12 million. Actually, no, altogether, I gave them about 17 million. I helped out another friend. Oh yeah, my visa agent. I had to pay my visa agent. My visa agent was what? I also gave her 5 million, and then I also gave her another. What was it? Another shoot, I forgot. Yeah, I also give her I also give her another 1.5 million for something else. Now I'm forgetting what it is now, but yeah. So here I am, spending all this money in Hanoi, right? And like I said, it finally hit me. And I finally made my way back to Danang, which was great. But in terms of getting back to Danang, it really cemented me making that move and leaving leaving Vietnam, which was when I got back to Da Nang, I literally had to sit at a checkpoint at the border of Da Nang for 17 hours. I think it was 17 hours, somewhere around there. 16 hours. I'd already spent 13 hours, 13, I think it was there, 13 or 14 hours driving from Hanoi back to Da Nang. And I get to Da Nang and now I spend another 16, 17 hours sitting, waiting to be let into the city. Because for the simple fact, even though I had all of my paperwork in hand, hey, I do understand. I'm not taking anything away from the Vietnamese government because they were doing their job just as much as, hey, as much as me trying to get home, they were doing their job. So basically, what's going on now is the fact that here I am sitting here at this tent for 17 hours for them to figure out, because what came to happen was, even though I live in Da Nang, I've been living in Da Nang for the last 3 years and some months, and had a residency letter, had my visa, had my passport, had all the paperwork necessary. I even had my PCR test. They said to me, nope, you foreigner, basically, and you are not considered a Vietnamese citizen. You are foreigner. So we have to figure out how to either get you in or you going home. Well, at the end of the day, on the 10th hour, on the 10th or 12th hour of me sitting there, I got the word, hey, we're just gonna have to have you quarantine at the local facility and go home. So I'm like, oh shit. So now they're telling me I have to go home, I have to leave Vietnam, right? I've got to leave Vietnam. I've got to leave Vietnam. So I'm like, oh my God. I got so many things left I got to do. I can't just leave Vietnam, right? I still have my divorce to take care of. I still have all kinds of stuff to take care of. Well, next thing you know, I got what you call a blessing in disguise. Someone said to me, okay, well, they're willing to let you in if X, Y, and Z is the situation. So they looked at the situation. They said, okay, well, so my friend reached out to the local department and said, hey, he's a good guy. He's been here for so many years, and can you please give him the opportunity to come home? Come back to Da Nang, and that would be it. Again, I am not Vietnamese, but the person that reached out to the local authorities at that point in time is Vietnamese, so they took her word under advice. I think that's the word I need to use. They took her word under advice, and they said, okay, fine, we will let him in, but you need to do what you call a sponsor letter to sponsor him back into the city. So she wrote the sponsor letter. My good friend, she wrote the sponsor letter, and thank you for that. I will always be very grateful. She wrote a sponsor letter, sponsored me back into the city of Da Nang. And once that happened, she basically, they basically said, okay, you can go back into the Da Nang, but you won't have to quarantine. It was a choice between I had a choice after almost 17 hours. I had a choice of going to the regular quarantine facility or going to a hotel. So I chose going to a hotel because I just was tired. So I ended up getting a hotel for 14 days. So I had to quarantine for 14 days at a quarantine hotel, which was really good. I got to make friends. I made friends with the manager. I make friends everywhere, man. I made friends with the manager of the quarantine hotel. She's really nice person. She helped me out a lot while I was there. Get food and stuff, because they're not allowed to interact with the hotel guests. Only get them what they need. So she got me a lot of stuff when I was there that they didn't have on the menu, because what they'll do, they'll bring your food to your room. You can't leave your room. You just sit at your room for the next 14 days. So that's what I did. I had to wash my clothes, do everything, and because I can financially afford it, I was able to get what you call one of the penthouse rooms, which was on the 11th floor, and I got that room. Big room. I could actually run around in circles, which is what I did. I was running around in circles in the penthouse just to get me some exercise, right? So again, you know, that was very helpful. And I spent another for that. I spent and also while I was at the quarantine hotel, I had to get four PCR tests while I'm at the hotel. Altogether, between the PCR test and the hotel fees for the quarantine hotel, I had to pay 12 million VND. Well, at least I got fed. I got fed 3 days a week. I mean, three square meals a day. You know, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I had my own space. I got to look out the window and enjoy looking at life. I could call down to the lobby, and they will go ahead and they will order me some food. So now, 14 days came to pass. I was set free from my quarantine. Went home, and a week later, past that, I got vaccinated with AstraZeneca, which you guys will be seeing in the video. If you guys stay tuned long enough to listen to this whole story of what happened to me in the last 3 months, all the hell I've been through, and believe me, there's a lot more I'm not talking about because, you know, like I said again, I'm a guest here in this country. I've seen things, and I'm not gonna oust anybody just because. I'm not gonna say this or say that. What I'm gonna say is that I made a conscious choice to come live in Vietnam for 3 years and some months. And by the time I leave, it'll be almost maybe 4 years and some months, because I do plan on leaving, but I'm not gonna tell you guys where just yet. Actually, I'm gonna say this: I'm going to Europe. Yeah, baby, I'm going to Europe. Yes, I'm going to Europe. And I'm gonna let you guys know where I'm going to in Europe. Maybe in the next few videos. I do have some videos from Hanoi when I was there before the lockdown, so I'm gonna be posting those. And also I do have a few videos talking about while I was there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna release those or not, because I'm gonna go over them to see ones I want to release or not, and that's it. But it wasn't a pleasant time. But I'm gonna just try to at least release some of the videos. I did some footage around town. It wasn't like nothing major. But I'm gonna give you guys a picture for people who don't know what Hanoi looks like. Give you guys a little bit of a visuals around Hanoi, stuff like that, so you guys get to see that, you know, and that's it. But I really wanted to make this get off my chest video, so you guys could see, know that, hey man, I wasn't just absent. There was a reason why I was absent for the last 4 months, you know, and I feel a lot better letting that out there and letting you guys understand. Hey, I love you guys. I love all the people that supported me and who knew about me being stranded in Hanoi for almost for 2 months, well, 2 months and a week. Then coming back to Danang, having to go to quarantine for another 14 days. Then when I finally got home, it was like literally 2 months. Altogether, it was 2 months and 3 weeks. After 2 months and 3 weeks, I finally got home. Wow, I could write a book about what happened, you know. But it was an experience, and you know what, I wouldn't change it for the world, because of that experience is the reason why I'm going to Europe, and it's the reason why sometimes you got to pay attention to the signs of life, because if you don't, you're going to miss a lot of things. And sometimes we get too settled where we are and we don't want to move forward. And I figure out of this whole 3 months of me being locked down and, you know, having to get my vaccine, having to go through all the shit I went through in the last 3 months, I gotta go. A couple of people don't want me to leave, but a lot of people say, hey man, a lot of my local friends are saying to me, look man, you got the opportunity to travel wherever you want to go. Because if we had the chance, we will be going too. So you need to go enjoy your life. So go enjoy your life. Don't wait for anybody to give you the permission. And that's what I guess I waited for, that permission to leave Vietnam. Some people thought I would have been gone a long time ago. Yeah, Derek, I'm ousting you, man. But no, I'm here. I'm still here. But I am going to Europe. I'm going to fulfill my European dream as I always wanted to. And all I can say is that much thanks and much love to all the people who have followed me on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you for all the people that reached out to me when I was stranded, helping me keep mentally sane. And also a lot of people gave me advice of how to live life. And so much love and thanks. Peace out.